Yeah, I'm ready. Wait, what did MJ say we're calling this again? Oh, right. No, I got it. I know we're live. Welcome to Monday Night Raw. Live. In person, live Raw. Welcome back to News of My Fiance.
Nailed it.
Raw live in person, live Raw. With myself, DJ Ambush, and A1 Morgan Jones.
Me.
Reporting live from the 5-alarm fire that is indeed Portland, Oregon. Thank you for joining us. We really, really appreciate the support. Be a part of the text chat fam squad and join the conversation in the chat. We are currently on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and Twitch. No Instagram tonight.
Later for that.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to our studio sponsors, L&J Industries, for providing this dope space each week. Shout out to our production team, Kyle of Residual Audio, Jess and Ross, and our remote quality controller, Michelle, for making sure that this show happens every single Monday. And of course, shout out to y'all for watching, listening, and staying engaged with us.
Yes. Now, before we get started, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and ring that bell so the algorithm notices us. Become a member.
We need it.
Right? Become a member over at patreon.com/News of My Fiance to support our ever-expanding show. This will be able to spend time with y'all and be able to pay some bills. We have some new additions to the whole situation. If you're following us on Instagram, you saw earlier today we did post our hotline number. So as you're,
bling,
it is a hotline bling, hotline tings. So when say something,
I didn't know it was a culture war.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay? I didn't know.
Listen,
I didn't know we were doing culture wars today.
I wouldn't call it a war per se. Representation is important. So if you feel so inclined, you want to call, you want to leave a message, we can play those messages on the air. If they're clean enough, we could play them on Thursday morning too. But yeah.
You can also respond if you're like, I don't want this to go on air.
Exactly.
I just have a question.
Yeah.
You can also leave a fake name.
Yeah. You can also just text that number too and have a full conversation with us through text.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard for us to monitor the text during the show, but it's great for feedback before shows, after shows, during the shows. Just feel free, engage.
I want to be clear. We're not going to monitor the text during the show. Not at this moment.
Okay.
Talk to us after a few more Patreons. You know what I'm saying? A few more paying patrons is a different situation. We'll get to that later too.
Also, our merch store is up.
What?
Our website is up.
Wait.
NewsofMyFiance.com.
I was going to act like I didn't know about it.
NewsofMyFiance.com. It is ready. The first iteration of it. Version 1 is up. So people have been asking us V1 things.
Yeah.
People have been asking us for merch for quite some time.
It's true.
Finally, we got some up. So partake.
It's your turn.
Yeah.
You asked. We provided. Your turn.
Shalom.
That's how that goes, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Hi, babes.
Hey.
How you doing?
I don't know.
I can tell.
I don't know. I'm noticing a bunch of things happening at the same time, which are good things. And it's just like, okay, now I'm catching up. Like something that just popped in my head. We got the flowers here, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
I was like, fine. We can have the flowers and swap out. You don't have to have Vision at the table every single time. And what did you say?
But can Vision go in front of the flowers?
Right. You're like, I like Vision here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a marriage.
See the color scheme?
I do now.
And I was like, wait, what the?
If you didn't have that sweatshirt on, you would be a part of this color scheme.
That's true. That's true.
Your t-shirt is the color scheme.
It is. Maybe I'll,
Maybe,
switch it up after the break. I don't know.
Intermissions, maybe interstripping. You know what I'm saying? Just take your shirt off.
Not interstripping. Okay. Hey, Joy. Wow.
I'm just gonna keep staring into the camera like I murdered someone yesterday. I am positive that's what that looked like.
Wow.
If someone were to ask, it's that.
Terrible.
Nah, for real. Like I know,
It's true.
But
It's
to
true.
your point of the color schemes,
Yeah,
we're here
that's
for
right.
it.
So it was that, and then once I forgot to make sure we hit record before we started, and I said it like in the opening.
In the intro, yeah.
It kind of like, is there anything else that I forgot?
Probably.
So that was happening. You know?
Yeah, you didn't look okay.
I didn't, but
And I'm
now
glad
we are
that
okay.
I correctly identified that.
Yeah.
Can I just mention something about vision?
No. Yes. This is great.
I mean, I don't want to now, but
yeah.
still
You
will.
You have to.
Many people have said to you and to me, like, you let him have those figures at your house? Like, you let him put those on the wall, or you let him...
It's true. A one Curly Castro, for sure.
Well, he's not the only one, but do shout out to my mans.
Yeah. Just had a birthday.
Yes. Just had a birthday.
Greg's in here.
Hi, Greg.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. Did he tell you to take your shirt off?
As Morgan asked, why you still got that shirt on?
Just, you know?
You are Thanos.
Do clap it up for me for getting the family joke off on a live stream.
For popping it off early?
I got it off on a live stream. I don't think anybody else has done that. You know what I'm saying? I'll never top Greg. But what I can do is do it where I can.
Wait. Michelle says save that for the news of My Fiance OnlyFans. All right.
Oh,
I need everyone to just tamp it down. All right?
Michelle!
Guys.
Why haven't we thought to do that, though?
Kyle, it is not popping. We need to tamp it down. All right? I need everyone to get a hold of themselves. We are here.
Kyle is popping.
Come on, man. We're here to talk serious business. We are a news program. All right?
Boring. What is that?
Oh.
Don't stifle creativity. What is happening? You know what I'm saying?
This is creativity. This is exploitation. Okay?
What?
Yeah. And as much as we talk about it on this show.
Weaponization of words is what it is. You watched one too many MSNBCs. Somebody come take the cable out of his news, okay? I've had it.
Wow. All right.
You interrupted me. I feel like I was trying to say something nice.
Oh, were you?
And now I don't want to. I didn't want to when you were like, no. Now I'll say it.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say, it's a good, this is finding your puzzle piece. Would I be buying all of these figures for myself? Absolutely not. Not going to do it. Is it super dope that you have a bunch of them and then now sometimes I get some? Yeah. But more than anything, I think a home is supposed to be lived in, right? And
True.
Your home should be lived in with the things that you are about and the things that matter to you. And I think that very much incorporates figures into your life.
Facts.
That is a large portion of what makes you happy.
No, major facts.
I want them to be a part of all the things that we do.
All right.
If it's a thing that you want to do and you want the thing there, yes. And now look, it's been a weird, emotional couple of days for me. So what did my sister do? She got me flowers.
Yeah. She wanted to make it more emotional.
Literally.
She wanted to tug on your heartstrings.
The funny thing is that Lily has called me a crybaby 3 times in the last 2 days.
Wow.
Tight.
Right. Dang.
And that could be a lie. It could have just been once, but it's felt like multiple times.
Understood. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's been a busy couple of days, man. Busy.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
So I had Thursday night, our Burden Street Pub Monster Box comedy show. And then Saturday night, Monster Box comedy show in Salem at the Infinity Room. An amazing venue. I love that spot. So dope. And then last night, Soulful Sundays.
Alberta Street Pub.
Killing it. They did a very, very dope tribute to Dwayne Wiggins from Tony.
Yes.
And Roy Ayers.
R.I.P.
Yep. And then earlier in the week, there was a Stevie Wonder tribute. And I saw the video from that. It was Farnell and the squad. It was
These are the moments where it's like, you could have saved that.
Sorry.
Because
Lily said the same thing.
I didn't know that was the thing that was happening.
No.
And now that I know that I've missed it, I kind of want to flip the table and just walk away.
No. So that didn't happen earlier.
Number one artist, in my opinion.
That's true.
So a tribute in Portland at Alberta Street Pub.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
You know, when you think you're in a relationship with a puzzle piece,
wow.
You know, and that you guys go together because that person knows you and you know that person. It's almost like, you know, you could expect that person to know that that's something that you would want to go to. But anyway.
I'm not quite sure how to respond to that.
Probably not.
So I'm just going to let it breathe. You know?
Is that what you should do?
Yeah, that's what you do. You hear like a good rap verse.
Get in
you
the
don't
chat.
want to just jump
I feel
right
like
in.
somebody got to tell him what to do.
Let it breathe. Let it rock a little bit. You know?
Wrong way, Corrigan, as my father would say.
Let that rock. That's all. Boom, boom.
Michelle said the two love languages, everyone.
Yeah.
Youcha magoucha.
All right.
What are we going to talk about today?
Well, this is almost 100 days, 100 nights.
Almost. We're almost there for Trump.
Trump is delivering the government the "Don't Tread on Me" swore to fight against. This is very big government.
Change my mind.
This is very, very big government.
Oh no, it's small government.
Oh, is it?
Big things. Big, baby. I mean, jazz hands and everything.
Oh my God. It's the upside down. Oregon's DAs seek to worsen the public defender problem.
Finally.
We indeed
someone's on the case.
Have a serious public defender problem here. And I'm glad that they're on the case.
No, you're not.
Maybe I'm not glad about what their resolve is, but...
Yeah, you're not glad they're on the case. I'm going to tell you that right now. The two DAs go to town, or whatever that children's book is going to be called. Bad News Bears. Bad News Bears. Not great for anybody involved.
Oh my gosh.
What I'm most excited to talk about, though, is go woke, go broke. You know what I'm saying? Disney's Snow Wrong. Why'd they do it? What are we do? Who's it for? What's the thing? I don't even know.
What do you mean? You don't know? Which part you don't know?
Any of it.
Yeah. It's a silly move.
Gal Gadot. So we'll do that later. There's other stuff to talk about for now. But if you are interested, that's what we're doing after intermission.
So stick around.
Yeah. We got plenty to chat about in the warm-up, though.
What you want to start with?
Did you see that Trump said he doesn't know if Denmark owns Denmark?
Okay. Did you see Trump doesn't know?
The name of our memoir.
You can just... Sure. I'm sure there's a ton of things he doesn't know.
I did, in fact, see that he doesn't know.
What is this Denmark business?
Well, he said, I don't know if Denmark, like what happened? A ship landed there, 200 years ago? And then I guess they live there now and they think they own it? I don't know if that's true. I just don't know that that's true.
Can't the same be said for the United States?
That's a fantastic question. Ambush? Yes.
He's a damn idiot.
Easy answer.
Hey, Dareth.
Dareth?
Yeah.
Dareth, is you tooken?
She was on your Facebook page.
Oh my God.
Hit the like. Okay, so...
Hey, boo.
Is this because he wishes to acquire Denmark because it's a bunch of white people?
Or it's land. I don't think that he's here to...
I feel like he's been pursuing white land, though. He's not like, let's take parts of Africa.
I think he thinks people don't live there. He's like, country schmuntry. Are there even people who lives where it's so cold?
I don't understand.
I don't think people live there,
I
I just need the land. Shipping channels, darling.
I just don't understand how he's getting colonization so wrong. I don't understand it.
Is that because he's going for the land that white people already live on?
He's going for the land, yes. That colonizers are like, hello, we've done this. We don't need another one of you.
We're already
trying to do what we've already done here. This is established land here.
Oh, that's a good question for me.
You're going after Canada.
Was Denmark colonized?
Wasn't it Greenland before he was talking about?
Well, yeah, he's buying that, so we don't need to talk about it anymore.
Oh.
Purchased. Swipe it.
That's already.
Throw it in the bag.
Yeah, it's already in the cart.
Yeah, it's in the cart.
It's in the cart already.
Greenland's in the cart.
He's got a coupon code for that.
I mean, Greenland said no. And they were like, hey, honey, don't give our coupon code to that country because we don't want to get bought by them. And then honey was like, whoopsie doodles.
Right.
And it's in our cart.
Michelle, you're right. He's definitely on brand for Gaza, for sure.
As in
land that belonged
making
what?
A place great again? Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Just making
pretty
sure.
much. Yeah.
Just making sure.
Oh my God.
Doing a great job. So you didn't see that?
No.
And so I got to give you the breaking news that he sat in the Oval Office and was like, I don't know if you guys know anything about this, but like, I think Denmark, like, they're like a ship just popped over there. And like, I don't know anything about this, but those people just live there and I guess they're claiming a country. No, I don't think that's a thing. This is in a conversation in which he's talking about buying 40 more icebreakers for us because Putin has 40 and we only have a couple. And so we got to have more than he does.
Icebreakers?
They
These type of ships?
They are ships that go and like break other ships out of ice. And let me be very clear that in my immediate brain, when I heard this, I was like, oh, they're trying to like break up ice in a shipping, like to create more of a shipping channel.
Okay.
But apparently this is more about being able to break current ships on current shipping channels out of ice if they get stuck in it, which apparently happens quite a bit.
What the fuck does that got to do with us?
Oh, a lot. Very much a lot. The Great Lakes are a huge shipping channel and a lot of, I don't know, let me reel that in. Ships can get stuck there because of the lake ice is what it's called. So it's basically like the wind is whipping. It's so cold, all of the ice. Then a ship that is there that is ported and, you know, people are, what's that called? Unloading. Mm-hmm. While it's unloading, it can freeze at the dock. So an icebreaker comes and gets that ship unfrozen.
And we need to have more than Putin.
Well, he didn't say that, but I did.
Oh, okay. All right.
He said Putin has like 40 of them Johns. He was like, I need 48.
Their climate's completely different than ours.
Weird.
This is...
I don't know what that has to do with anything when we're playing Big Bank, Take Little Bank. When we're playing that, it doesn't matter the climate. I have more than you.
Also, no.
Okay.
This is dumb. Okay, so I know they're always like, this is a distraction and that's a distraction. What is actually happening?
And they're right.
When someone is sliding him a piece of paper in a meeting about ice-breaking ships, what are they distracting him from that they're getting done over here when they have him on camera saying this dumb shit?
Fantastic question. I don't know the answer to it. I think we'll find out in 2 years on a Hulu documentary. But
he is so consistently dumb, it's boring.
Oh no, it's like I'd give more adjectives. Another time.
Yeah.
I'd give more than that.
God.
Because it's not just stupid, or I mean, like it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating. I don't know how you can live this many years pretending to know more than your name when you don't. And then you've been able to amass a certain amount of wealth, lose it, amass it, lose it, amass it, lose it, lose it, amass it. You know, like, and then be considered like one of the best businessmen in the world. Like, also, there's so much of it that just is confounding.
We have two
It's fascinating.
of the best businessmen running the United States right now.
And one of them bought it.
Right. My homie Theodis said, yeah, that shit freezes immediately. I was on a ferry once, and the weather was so cold that the water froze the moment it hit the deck.
See? Man. You need an icebreaker.
All right. Cool.
The way he talked about America's ability to do that was like Portland's ability to plow snow. It was like, we got 1, we need 18. But we have more than one.
Snowplows?
Oh no, America has more than one icebreaker. His dumb butt was just like, we got one.
This is it's working. It's working. I am sitting here confounded, befuddled, bewildered, if you will. Yeah. Discussing an ice-breaking ship. I got my homie Joe.
What up, Joe?
He's giving me all the details.
Oh, we got deets?
You know what I'm saying? Because I was the only car on the deck. I'm scared as shit. Like, it froze immediately.
That's terrifying.
This is what we're discussing, though.
Like, were you in it?
Yeah, right? Were you in the car? This is what we're discussing, though. While I could get deported. Maybe like, a week from now, depending on how the executive orders are going.
Lily is definitely going to be like, I've never heard of him.
An ambush? Is that the name his mother gave him? I've never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Meanwhile, I'll be down here, squirreled away, broadcasting live.
Reporting live.
Goddamn right.
From a bunker.
Them hoes can't get me.
Correct. Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Put your body on the line, white people. Okay? Put your body on the line. Although,
oh wow,
who knows who's getting deported? Everybody, anybody, nobody, all.
Oh, listen, it's like that poem. And then you were next. Everyone, anyone of any shade of brown, you're out of here. You're out of here. If you are an ally, straight to work. Straight to work.
Oh,
demotions, huh? Listen. We're going to have you in these fields since you love them so much.
No.
I don't know what you... Listen, Elon's already told you there is a white genocide happening in South Africa.
Oh, does he mean like right now? Or does he mean why he fled?
Listen.
None of it happened. There wasn't one.
You better get with it,
What part of South Africa is he talking about?
The part where whites are being genocided. You better get with the program.
How did he get out?
All that money.
Because depending on the day, he didn't have money.
He pulled himself
didn't come from money. Depending on the day, I don't know what emerald mines are. Depending on the family member never hoid of it.
Right.
So were you actively in the side?
He pulled himself out by his bootstraps.
Oh, emerald mine bootstraps.
Yeah.
Why didn't I think of that?
Yeah, that's what happened.
That's crazy.
That's what happened.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want some of those. That'd be neat.
All right, cool. All right, so we're getting icebreakers.
Yeah. But more than anything, I think that we really all need to be sitting on the fact that man was like, can you just a ship pull up to a piece of land and you own it now? I think not. That's where we have to sit. Because it made me immediately think, could it be possible? And it's not. It won't be. But could it be possible that their own ignorance of this country's history would in fact be their downfall? Like if we're like, we can buy other countries because you didn't actually settle it right or something. I'm not sure the paperwork that he's expecting Greenland to have, and he's already calling null and void. But like, I kind of feel like y'all probably ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? Even if you fabricated it, you probably don't have it. So I'm looking for the backfire here. That's all I'm saying. I'm just looking for the backfire. When does Ann Coulter get deported?
No.
She told me many years ago her family were settlers. I'll never forget the way she said it because she forgot to say colonizer.
Right.
And instead said the word settler, and she said it like that, like it meant something important.
Right.
Like it meant prestige. And it doesn't. It means colonizer.
Yeah.
So
death and destruction.
Would love to know her deportation date, if anyone's got it on the book. I kind of feel like it's not happening.
No.
But nobody in that family would get to stay if they followed the rules that they're following for other people. So, and that family, I do mean the Trumps, not the Coulters. I have no idea where she comes from the Caucasus Mountains. No clue.
This is unbelievable.
Probably Germany.
He's got the wisdom of an 11-year-old. Cool. So I guess we'll just wait for Denmark to get pissed. And, someone in leadership over there, right? Someone in leadership over there.
If anybody could do more than France, because friends, reneging on the Statue of Liberty is cute.
I'm sorry, what's going on?
Oh.
They're saying they want it back?
Oh, yeah. France was like, you are not doing what that says. Run her back. We'll take her back, please. You're not doing any of those things.
They legit officially said that?
Yeah.
You know what? I am not mad.
What?
Look, sassy. What else can they possibly do? What can France actually do to the U.S.?
Okay, damn. You added a qualifier there that I was about to go off. I was like, let me tell you what France could do. And then you said to the U.S. I don't fucking know.
Right.
Teach us how to revolt would be cool. Taking back a statue that they're not going to take back is like fine, I suppose. They could fucking pay Haiti. That'd be neat. They could do that.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
If you're taking Our Lady Liberty and melting the bitch down to sell it for paying Haiti back, I'm down. But I'm here for every piece of American slander. I am also here for every piece of another country saying, fuck you, America. We're going to say X, Y, and Z.
You're sounding pretty anti-American.
Don't say that out loud. I mean, for the entertainment value, that is other people making fun of this country, which is free speech or something like that.
Right.
Not real shit though. I am here for any of the things. I'm very deserved.
Right.
This is not a reputation any one of us could be like, but guys, did you forget when we did the good thing? Like we don't have a good thing to say.
Right.
So you're not going to catch me being mad. However, I feel like there are, maybe worried about the wrong thing moments.
Yeah.
Maybe taking care of our own houses before we go. And by that, I mean you colonizing countries who have done absolutely nothing but benefit off of the money of slavery and destabilized Black nations. Maybe don't jump your foot out when you're doing the hokey pokey.
Maybe.
Maybe not a word until you make right.
Right. Right.
Just a thought. Like, I'm super here for, again, very deserved. Also, while you at it, maybe do the right thing for yourselves.
For your own citizens.
For your own, not just for your own citizens, but right the wrongs you have done.
Facts.
Facts. I'm not saying that America doesn't have a million different roles in destabilization. There are some original colonizers, though, right? A big three, if you will. France might be a part of the big three, is all I'm saying. And if you're a part of the big three, maybe you should be maybe doing some payback on your own. A little reparation. How do you say it in French? Parlez-vous français?
Yeah, that's how you say it. That was awesome.
Reparate before maybe we chastise. Now, again, please continue. F that T all day long,
right.
And the entire administration and the South African that came with it. Like the entire situation. We just absolutely cannot act like there haven't been a lot of atrocities and that we aren't still dealing with the ramification from those in today's life.
Yeah.
But I guess it would be wild if another country were to, accept responsibility for the atrocities that they committed when America is like, I ain't never heard of the word. Okay? We say scary around here. No one says atrocity.
Right.
And I don't know big words, so I can only take them as disrespect. Like, that's America. We got a big army and a very limited vocabulary.
I saw a video on Instagram, Dr. Joy DeGruy.
Yeah.
Talking about Statue of Liberty. And I think she'd went for a visit. And she was talking to the tour guide or whatever, asking if they were going to talk about the chains that were initially in the statue's hands before they replaced it with that document, the book that the statue's holding. And it was like, didn't really know too much about that.
Never heard of it.
And then she pointed out that, like the U.S. was like, no, we're not, the chains were to acknowledge them breaking the chains of slavery. And they were like, no, we don't need to have any mention about that. So the sculptor then hid the chains. And if you look at Statue of Liberty's feet, the chains are there. And she was breaking that down. And I remember seeing the chains there before, just not understanding the significance. And I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty dope. Theoda said, I spotted a little island on the Delaware River. I'm about to go claim that, John. I'm not mad at you, bro.
If you have a ship, you pull up.
Stick a flag in it. Good to go.
Owned.
C said other countries aren't going to say F you, America. When Schumer can't even say F you to a CR vote. Hi, fam.
Schumer can't say no to a continued resolution vote because of the Baileys. Do y'all know who the Baileys are?
Nope.
The Baileys are the biggest funders going straight to the Schumer pocket.
It's not George Soros?
Wouldn't it be so cool if that whole George Soros thing was a thing? It'd be so tight. It'd be like, no way. They owned us. What happened?
Right.
But it's amazing. They were like, Soros. And then they were like, Musk is a genius. Musk is here for the people. And then here we are with a billionaire owning the presidency. And they're like, never heard of it. Don't know. Where did George Soros go? He's behind all of this.
Terrible.
But he's not. It's a different billionaire. His name's Elon Musk.
Yeah.
And he's musty.
Yeah.
Dirty bird.
The weakness that we're seeing from the Democratic Party, again, boring.
It's not just boring. It's also incredibly predictable.
Right.
And this is what happens when people don't retire, in all honesty. Like, Chuck Schumer is 119. And this is more a reflection on the American people making the elderly work than it is any other thing that, like, the power grab that we think it is. In all honesty, this is just like, does his Social Security not kick in?
Right. Why are you still working?
Why are you still working?
Chuck, why are you still working, bro? America doesn't need you that bad. Cut it out. Keep it moving. In
all honesty, nothing has ever needed you that bad. And I mean that. Nothing has ever needed Chuck Schumer on the case the way that he's been on the case. My man's makes it way worse. And this whole, it's amazing to me that politicians are able to say exactly the same thing about exactly the same subject and be on opposite sides of the vote.
Yeah.
I'm on the side of the American people, and I want to make sure that there is this enormous issue. And I don't know if it's cognitive for these elders in office. But there's this idea that there's like, I can't do a long-term thing because the short-term would be too hard. And by that, I mean, someone has convinced Chuck Schumer and the ilk that the government shutting down would be so bad that you need to vote for something that actually defunds the government in the long term so that you can make sure that the government is funded today.
Right.
Excuse me, bitch. Like, at what point do you not hear that premise and go, wait, something's false in there.
Right.
Something's wrong.
Right.
Something's off. This actually doesn't make as much sense as I thought it would. So,
or as much sense as you think. As you thought. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Here you are doing, I don't know, the devil's work, basically. And saying it in a way that is, I'm doing this for the American people because I want to make sure that the government doesn't shut down for a week. But the thing I'm about to vote for could shut the government down forevs.
Yeah.
On the forevs.
And he definitely hit us with like the worst of two evils with his choices.
I mean, what other game do they have?
Yeah, it was definitely the energy he gave.
What other conversation comes out of those people's mouths other than lesser than two evils, better than I'm over here making sure that we do the right thing for the greater good, except for the greater good is capitalist and not the actual greater good of people. There's absolutely zero reason. None whatsoever that Chuck Schumer should be saying, we should all vote for this.
Facts.
This is very much I'll be dead soon. I don't know. But you're wild for the night if you think that it makes sense to do this now when the long-term version of this looks like no Social Security.
You said something a little bit earlier that there is nothing that needs Chuck right now.
Nothing.
And the first thing that popped in my head was, this is the behavior, like the caving to the other side. This is the behavior that makes a good grandparent. And that's who needs him. His grandchildren. His grandchildren need him. His grandchildren need him to cave on the stuff that their parents want. It's like, come over to Gramps. Don't you worry about it.
Grandpa definitely has McDonald's money, but they're dead because...
Everything you said just now, I'm sitting here like, you're right. He just needs to go be Pop-Pop. This is not the space for Pop-Pop.
Every single one of them needs to go and be that, though. Do you know how many of our representatives are above retirement age?
Yeah.
Do you know how many of our representatives have been above retirement age for decades?
Re-fucking tire, bro. Please.
A whole representative was put in a memory care facility for people with dementia. Secretly. And I am not talking about Dianne Feinstein. A whole different representative that was put for 6 months, hiding, gone, inaccessible.
Inexcusable. It's behavior.
That is, I mean, unexcused absence is like a motherfucker.
Right.
Like, where you been, boo?
Because you're still getting paid.
But gone.
Yeah.
And still in charge. Like, there really has to be something that makes us understand that none of this is for us. Because if what you are willing to do is to hide the fact that someone has dementia, who is in leadership, who is an elected official.
Who has responsibilities.
Like, this is a person who is supposed to be voting.
Supposed to be at work. Yeah.
You're supposed to be voting on things.
Yeah.
And the inability to do that means someone else is interpreting their vote. Someone else is bringing them information. Hopefully getting it.
Or not.
I mean, honestly, hopefully they're taking the information, but like, or not. I'm not taking it to my dad if I know that he's deep in dementia. I'm not going to him and being like, how about you answer me this one real quick? Let's see what you say. Like that, I'm not doing that. So, like, understand that is actually the political climate in which we live. There are too many places where we will just be like, hey,
slow down there.
I need you to be quiet right now, and we'll make sure that you get your vote counted, okay? but stay right here.
C said, Schumer runs unchallenged. The money train is in full effect. I want to say Trump showed him a file and he switched it up. And if he's got skeletons, he should have resigned. Yeah.
He is 119 years old. There are skeletons. Those skeletons have skeletons. Those skeletons have skeletons. There's no reason that Chuck Schumer should have a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
He should not be able to run. Like, at one point, this is not about ageism. This is not about, I'm not giving a number. But if we have given a number on when people, on average, should retire, and that number is way the fuck off from the one that you're living in, maybe you should not be working a more than full-time job. And by more than full-time, I just mean responsibility level. I don't mean that they work...
You're running the government.
40 hours a day. Yeah, but they don't work 40 hours a week every week is all I was saying.
But like, even if it's not a full-time job, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's some of the most important.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the level of responsibility here. You're running the damn government.
Right. Or you're running a party.
Right.
You're leading a party.
Into dementia.
Oh.
You're like...
Well, it doesn't matter, in all honesty, if what your youthfulness looks like is Hakeem Jeffries, who also has dementia. He doesn't, but he does, you know? Like, good.
Hakeem Jeffries.
What a fucking disappointment. Sorry, I drank wine before we recorded instead of during. And not recorded, but you know.
Hakeem Jeffries. Okay.
There's a lot of F words coming out of my mouth tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before we get too far, I saw this clip from Joe Budden. And if you know me, you know that I have a complicated relationship with one Joseph Budden.
Oh, it's complicated.
Okay, it's not that complicated. It's a problematic fave kind of thing, you know? It's not that complicated. But it is complicated. I love Joe. Oh, Joe, you are so awful. I hate you. And I love Joe.
Please come get her, please. I love Joe. It's so true.
We don't fuck with Jers all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? We don't like Jersey all of a sudden? We don't. We never have. No, but I mean, I've explained this many times to Ambush. I've probably said it on this show. I'm just going to say it very briefly. I am from Portland, Oregon, where there is not a sound, right? We do not have the Portland sound. So it wasn't weird that we listened to every region's music. I've always listened to every region's music. I've not only ever listened to just my region, right? Joe Budden was fantastic for me. We're witty.
You know what?
We're funny.
I'm not going to pretend like he wasn't fantastic for me either. Like
we're doing things.
Yeah, like Joe was killing it.
We're saying stuff.
Definitely.
But like Joe as a man is unfortunate. It's like
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
Embarrassing.
Because it's almost as if with all of that growth when it comes to all of the different things that you have done throughout the career, it was like, I'm just going to stay this Joe, though.
Right.
In so many ways that it is real hard to watch. It's hard to continue the fandom, you know? So I'm from afar. I don't listen to the podcast I don't listen to the podcast. I definitely peep clips that catch my attention. Again, I appreciate and love Joe for many things. His choice in friends is not one of them. But
he entertains too much bullshit for me.
He entertains the most bullshit and be like, but I don't entertain bullshit. But you really do.
Yeah, way too much for me.
Anyway, not the point. What I learned on a Joe Budden podcast clip the other day is that Joe sides with the bosses. And this is going to be maybe where we break. Because he is the boss of that show, that network, the entire thing. When Mans hears anything about a labor issue, he immediately is like, I don't like it. Fingers in my ears. Them bitches, all you do is complain.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Workers. You knew what you wanted. You know what you signed up for. You accepted the offer. And boy, oh boy, it's almost as if very quickly my man's has forgotten what it's like to be a worker. And what kills me the most is that he exploits his friends. Like, these are your actual friends. This is not...
Right.
These are your friends, like major parts of your life that you have lived with these people. And you were like, you know what would be really great is if I brought you a person who we've had multiple years of experience doing different things, living, different lives, but doing same stuff. If we all talked about stuff, that'd be funny. Yeah. I'm not definitely going to not pay you what you should get paid.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not, because I'm a capitalist.
You know what? You know what I will give you? I'll give you a living wage. That's it.
Where?
That's it.
No, because I'll tell you this. What I'm positive he has in his mind is because there are likely a couple of zeros, If you're getting paid thousands of dollars for an episode, I guarantee you my man is like, you're just sitting here for 3 hours talking.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could not be getting money right now.
Yeah.
But thank me, because you are. Like, I very much feel like that would be his feeling. So, like, no matter what the podcast brings in versus what other people are paid and what he gets to keep or what he is paid, like, my point is, he very much was like on the side of, you should not be talking about what you get paid. Hey, that's your business. That's my business.
Don't talk about it on the air. Don't talk about it with each other.
Hey.
It's like...
You better not, because it's your business, King.
Right.
Why you want these motherfuckers in your business, King?
What's the big three? Wages, politics, and religion. Don't discuss it at work, guys.
You better not.
So he didn't want his co-hosts to discuss what they're getting paid. And this is after he's caught, some strays. And there's some direct shots from older collaborators that have said, Joe don't like to pay people.
Something's fishy.
Yeah. This is terrible. Not unexpected, but terrible.
The reason I wanted to bring it up is because my man said, for context, and I know we're going to go to break in a second, but for context, there is a podcast called Tonight's Conversation that I believe has about 6 podcast members, and they are a touring show.
Yep.
They do a lot. They're everywhere. This particular show ends up one of their leads leaves because they asked for more money, and whoever the producers of the show and owner of the show said no.
You're like, I don't need it.
And so he left.
Yeah.
And from an outsider's perspective, there was no blow up or, contentious thing or a bunch of beef or shit talking online. It wasn't just man's just dipped. Now, of course, that's going to create questions and where is so-and-so from the so-and-so show and all of that stuff. But it wasn't like he was out here talking shit.
Right.
They discussed this on the Joe Budden podcast, and Joe's response in hearing that one person from Tonight's Conversation was talking to the rest of the cast like, we should ask for more money. Joe's response was, it's a coup. And I don't know that Mark Lamont Hill was or wasn't there. I didn't hear him correct the record on what a coup was. So I assume that Mark wasn't there.
Yeah, depending on when this show
because it's different days.
Because I think Mark's on Fridays.
I don't know what day he's on, but I know he's regular now. And I also know that they do more pods in a day or week than pods can happen.
Mark, your man's is wilding.
What I really would have appreciated was somebody to just even push back on what the fuck he means by that. Because this is a small group of people this isn't New Seasons owned by billionaire offshore company. This is a group of people doing a thing, very much like the Joe Budden podcast. But even more so, this was built to be a collective of people, of personalities. To say it's a coup that we talk about what we're paid and try and collectively get paid what we should relative to what we're bringing to the table, that's a coup?
Yeah.
Insanity.
Listen, don't try to buck against a job creator, okay?
Ambush, I will literally put every liquid that is atop this table on every piece of equipment that is on the floor.
This is your boy Joe. He is a job creator.
I started with this as a problematic relationship, okay?
He is stimulating the economy.
But he's not.
And all I hear is complaints. Complaints. It is a coup. As a matter of fact, might be a coup.
Hard P.
Hard P. All right? And I'm tired of it.
That is what he is talking about. It is a coup. DeVille. And my man said it was a coup that people talk about their wages. I need you to understand that's anti-union, that's anti-worker, that is just absolute 100% bosses talk. And I don't mean I'm a boss bitch or I'm a boss. I don't mean that kind of boss. I mean actual boss, actually in power of other people, and your choice, what you choose to do as the boss is be a fucking exploiter?
You know.
On purpose?
You know what's interesting?
In today's economy?
What's, like you said, this is Joe Budden. It's not like he has a huge team, right? But it's a good team. It's a solid team.
That's all it
right?
is.
It's a solid team.
People is employed. He's a job creator.
Yeah, in front of and behind the camera.
Medium-sized business for sure.
So what we're talking about here is he does not want to create a situation where he has to explain people's wages to them or to each other. Because he's already had so many different conversations with them individually. Whereas like, well, I'm going to take care of you. This is over there.
Social.
Oh, they got you over the... So at no point does he want Ish, Ice, Mark,
Melissa,
Imani,
the one dude I can't stand,
Flip, Queens. Like, you guys
him.
having a group discussion, because Queens Flip is getting paid the least. You guys having a...
I don't know, man. He might...
Rightfully so. I don't care how many times Imani is on there. If he's getting paid less than Queen's Flip, I'm going to have an issue.
Then the fight was right.
Like, come on. So basically, that's his main issue right there. And it's shameful because what are you doing that it shouldn't be able to just have an open discussion? Because here's the thing, right? If I'm running a business and people want to discuss their wages, it's going to be really easy. Oh, why does this person get money? This person is your supervisor. They're responsible for da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. What do you mean?
They get paid a little bit more money.
The work that they do saves me from other work so I can do this work and make sure we all get paid.
There are many ways to pay people. There are many ways to be equitable within your scenario. Sticking into your patriarchal capitalist view of what a hierarchy is, and I say this very much whoopsie doodles on the big words, what I really mean is when you are indoctrinated with what it means to be in charge, your version, you don't even realize that you're exploiting people because the tiered system makes a lot of sense in your brain. Right. You don't talk about what you get paid with your coworkers. Makes a lot of sense in your brain because you've been told that. And that you've been told that it harms your business when they know each other's wages. What if you paid everybody the same or paid a flat rate for appearance? So when Queens misses a episode, that person doesn't get paid, or whoever. Like, if you did that, hear me out.
Yeah.
And especially on a show like that, where I know that Joe definitely sees different values in different people.
Right.
Again, I'm going to say these are all supposed to be your friends. And I don't necessarily mean Melissa Ford or Mark Lamont Hill. Right. I mean Ish, Ice, the other one, and the other one.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, Parks. Shout out to Parks.
Yeah. Parks, I get paid more than everybody. He's pulling a double duty.
It'd be cool if he did, and I don't have anything in me that believes that he does.
Right.
There's nothing in me that makes me believe that because he works dual jobs and dual jobs are both full-time, and so fam is working on 80 hours a week. There's nothing in me that believes that means he gets paid the money he's worth to the operation.
Right.
And this is what a boss is not going to want to hear when they are a small or medium-sized business. Obviously, a large or corporation conglomerate is never going to want to hear this.
Right.
But it's hard to hear that you should be equitable when you believe you've done this thing that no one else could have done. And that is bootstrap mentality, and that is not real. Right. No matter which way you look at it, you did not get it out of the same mud that you think you did.
Which also leads into that feeling of superiority and infallibility when you're in a position like that, right? Because I have been here. I have been doing this for so long. Who are you to tell me I'm doing this the wrong way? Who are you to tell me I am not nailing it right now?
Flat out.
C said Joe's having nightmares about having to give his colleagues an extra $10K each.
Nah, and if that wasn't so real, I would laugh at it.
Right.
But that's it. That's legitimately it. He's having nightmares that someone is going to ask for the money that they deserve. And I'm going to be real extra real with you. None of them are going to ask for what they deserve because they don't know what that show brings in.
Yeah.
If they knew, which Joe knows, and every single investor into that situation, and I don't mean that has to be a whole bunch of investors, but it could just be Ian. They know when the numbers spike. They know which one of you is the best one of the yous. They know which one of you brings in. They know what to be trying to give Mel to say to get the views from the thing. There's no question. All of those things are thought about. All of those things are tracked.
Yep.
They know that if they bring up this issue that Ice or Ish is going to do a thing and it's going to go, you know what I'm saying? All of that's being tracked. And the fact that they don't give you any idea of what that is, what traction you bring to the table, shouldn't be surprising. Because if you are a person who works really diligently and continues to do a great job at the job that you're doing, and you're just waiting for that annual review to tell you that you've done the things that you did and recognize you for it, LMAO. It's the same fucking scenario within a nonprofit or a large corporation. LMAO, they are not, none of this shit is merit-based.
Or the industry from which Joe came from. C said,
exactly.
The Budden situation is emblematic of the system of capitalism. When Joe was being ripped off when he was in the music industry, he wanted his fair share. Now that he's in charge, the rules change.
Now that he's in charge, there's pennies to pinch.
Yeah.
I don't even know which C's this is because both C's have my heart.
When it's Uncle C's, I say Uncle C's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here.
This is every week C's.
Yet again. And let me say, every single time you chime in, you and I. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. It's exactly that. Thank you. That was a much better way to say the thing that I took 14 minutes to say. Thank you. Let's go to break.
Before we go to break, though, let's give that shout out.
It's a big shout out.
Okay. Was it Full Rev Media?
Yes.
So
a thing happened locally this week. A thing happens locally.
Each week.
But downtown, Chinatown, we all know many things happening in that area. And I say that, this is not me trying to clean up the language. It literally is just that. There are many things happening in that area at all times.
And from what you've told me, that's what it's been.
Chinatown been popping.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
If anybody wants to talk to me about Portland history and what Chinatown has historically been.
One word. Popping.
Popping. Literally all the activities. Chinatown been with the shits before anybody was like, I'm with the shits.
Right.
It's happening in Chinatown. So all of the up in arms, like a homeless, is wild to me. Not in Chinatown. Not in Portland's Chinatown. I don't know about anybody else's Chinatown, but this one, you're not going to look over there and be like, it's wild, poor. This has been every demographic of people doing different demographics of things.
Right.
Since the beginning of time. There is a hotel down there which remains nameless. And there's an owner there of that hotel who is actively harmful to the community of downtown Portland and surrounding areas. And it's really, really important to pay attention to who your own town's villains are.
Rhymes with smirk.
Starts with a B. Hey, Jesse. We need to know who our own villains are so that we're not having moments where the news goes and talks to this person and treats them credibly. Because the news won't treat the villain in Gotham credibly when they know it's the villain.
Right.
That's not to say that KATU and every single other one, I didn't mean to call you out by name, I just meant local news, won't go. But the fact of the matter is, we cannot rely on anyone who could be bought by Sinclair Media tomorrow. We need to rely on the people who actually live here and who are a part of the community and who are doing things right here, right now.
What they should have been down there covering was the work that was being done.
The news, every single news agency should have been there. Again, shout out to Full Rev Media, because this is a person who has not just been hitting the ground recently. This is years on end of giving us what is happening in Portland in the moment when that person is on the scene. And we know what not just larger media does. We know that what police do. We know what narratives get spun. And we know that we are sitting here as people living in a city being told that A, the city is on fire. Just nothing but chaos at all times. B, a homeless could get you at any moment. You know what I mean? Like
just jump out from behind.
It's a jump scare at every second.
From behind the tent and just get you.
Ah!
And then once they get you,
and then they stole your home.
You're homeless.
Yeah.
Right.
Tag, you're it.
Since the homeless touches you, you're now homeless.
Me too. Nothing but just a cascading, like, everything is wrong all the time. Oh my God, what will we do?
Shout out AJ. She said she is definitely a supervillain. Yeah.
Yo. Baby.
Yeah.
So we have somebody documenting.
Right.
Because the local media, that they're not going to explain to you what that person's motivation is. What might be her motivation for getting a group of people that do not live or patronize downtown Portland, getting a group of white supporters to come down and be like, everybody needs a permit.
Right.
I'm the cops. SWAT. Call them. There are people giving out food to people without it. I can't have it.
This is weekly, right? The stores out there. JC Trooper.
Jordan.
The homie.
Hi, baby.
They're out there each week. Giving out supplies to the homeless, feeding them blankets, shoes, jackets, whatever. And the issue here is, do they have a permit to do this?
You know who I need to call? The cops. Because the cops gotta know. The cops gotta know. Do they have a permit? Because, you know, when you get a permit, you guys, to put an A-frame on a sidewalk, you talk to the cops.
They act like they're throwing a block party without a permit.
Listen, that was one block off her whole shit anyway.
All the
footage that I saw was a block away from her shit anyway. And then they moved it another block.
Right. That's what I was about to say. Then they're 2 blocks away from you.
No.
Yeah.
They moved it another block to get away from you. Probably more than a block. There is something fundamentally wrong with colonizers that think that they're just like, I don't care about rules. I'm moving forward with all of the things. I hate regulation when it comes to the permits and all of the things that I got to do for my hotel. But actually, since I'm a rule follower, you too.
What do you think? What do you think is the over and under on their permit getting denied?
Which one? For the people that are handing out?
Yeah. What are the chances this permit that everyone's, rushing them to get? And say, we just want you to get a permit and we wouldn't have any issues.
The just get a permit is very, very akin to come to the country legally.
Right. Speak English.
Fam, I walked across the border and I talked to an officer. That's not legally. I said I was seeking asylum. I came here. I didn't know I needed a permit for this thing, so let me get out the way. More than anything, though, because this is a thing that I absolutely cannot handle. You faced an obstacle, so you were like, I better make sure that obstacle is in front of somebody else's fucking way. I gotta make sure
it remains. Listen, I made it over it. I'm going to put it right back in place. So the next person
add a haystack
has to deal with that.
Add a haystack.
Okay.
More money.
Yeah.
More fine.
What do you guys see this obstacle? It's
more
amazing.
fee.
Yeah.
Amazing. What an adorable thing to do to keep your gatekeeping legacy. Like, out of this world. Yeah. So, shout out to Full Rev Media. Shout out to our fiancés that are on the ground, that are doing the things.
Facts.
And this is completely not about, but also included in every single fiancé that is doing something that isn't necessarily inside of the downtown.
Right. Right.
Shout out to AJ. Shout out to Equitable Giving Circle. Shout out to Spirited Justice. Shout out to Imagine Black. We Out Here Magazine. There are so many people that are doing things every single day.
Yeah.
For the communities, taking care of people. And here's where we sit. A business owner taking care of her business owner community. Displacing more people in order to be able to business. That should be shameful. Those are the things that we should be like, you know what? Fuck that business and fuck that business owner. Because in all actuality, if you are not actually going to be a part of this community, you do not get to profit from this community. So Jesse don't get to be in Chinatown. Or shouldn't get to be in Chinatown. Because Jesse doesn't even like Chinatown. Jesse doesn't love her commute to work. You know? So fuck off. There are people within that community that are serving people every single day that didn't sign up for the things that they're dealing with, but are dealing with it in humane and compassionate ways.
Right.
Because there has to be a point where you understand, as a business owner, that these are systemic issues. This is all the product of failure of government, not of individuals. And even if it fucking was the failure of every single one of those individuals sleeping on the street in front of your fucking hotel, fuck you for being the person that says fuck them.
AJ said, imagine being so hateful you complain about people feeding oppressed people. Yikes.
That's it!
Yikes.
Thank you for being here to say the thing that took me 17 minutes to say.
Yikes on bikes.
That's what I meant. Yikes on bikes.
All right.
What AJ said is what I meant.
Yes.
What Michelle said is what I meant. That just like make that t-shirt. What C said is what I meant.
All right. We're going to get ready to head into the break.
Yeah.
If you haven't already, hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends, hit the comments, get active in the chat. We're going to throw some music on. If you haven't yet, go to the website. newsmyfiance.com is live. The merch store is live. The hotline is live.
Do all the things.
Do all the things. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Take a cruise.
Be serious.
Yeah. Spin the block real quick.
Spend money.
We will be back in 10 minutes, y'all.
Bye.
Welcome back.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I very much want to be a better person for you.
You're the right person for me.
Say that to the camera.
You're the right
Just
person
kidding.
for me. Oh, she's the right person for me.
Morgan.
She being Morgan is the right person for all of us.
Oh.
Huh?
I don't know how true that is, but it sounds great.
You gotta step it up, man.
I'm over here having a breakdown. I can't stop laughing at things that aren't happening anymore. So that's on me.
So this is what I want you to do. I want you to go to your Facebook. Yes.
Me?
Yes. I want you to go to your
my
Facebook. Look at the live there. I want you to hover above the hearts and the likes.
Okay.
And see who all has swung by.
OMG.
That's what you be missing.
Oh, I really do.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Hey y'all. How we doing? I don't know that you're still here, but I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to see every single one of those names.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And I just want to be clear. I'm not cold. It is a perfect temperature here in L&J Industries. I'm putting this on because I'm in my Law Roach era. And glamorous.
I feel like that. I needed that foot to be a little more extra. There we go. Okay.
Looking glamorous for the cameras. Mm-hmm. You know?
Plural.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's cold.
Oh.
Is it okay?
A little chilly?
Are you not?
Nah, man. I come prepped. I got my Fuck Trump hoodie on. I'm good.
I mean, I feel like we both have on many layers. So, okay. We can move on. We don't need to make it a thing.
I hope y'all, took the opportunity to head over to the website. Let us know what you think. It was just,
chat.
There's a bunch of things we're going to add to it, but we need to get something up.
You got to start.
Got to start somewhere.
I was the problem. I'll take this 30 seconds to say the merch store was me. I was to be the one that did the merch store. I had ideas. I had designs. I was ready to go. And then I got in there and was like, I don't have the things I thought I had.
She's like, I don't know.
No, I don't think I can't make the decisions I thought I could make. I don't have the things I thought I had. I don't have any of the things that I thought I had.
Yeah.
And I had to finally say, help.
Hey, man.
Please.
Say, man.
Because I'm not getting this done, and these are the reasons why. And it really was, I think, very much it needs to launch, and then I can add things that are not what's already there.
We have a different approach. You and I have a different approach. You were like, listen, I want to get this thing right. I want to read the instructions. I want to understand what we're doing. And
okay, you're talking about most things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then in other ways, I'm like, instructions are there. Cool. If I need them, I'll circle back around. Fly by the seat of my pants. Not necessarily fly by the seat of my pants.
No, but
like, it's like, let's get this thing up and going. Let's get it up and going. And we can tweak it. I am definitely, I have been known as Mr. Fly this plane while we're building it. And that's the problem with DEI, guys.
No.
That's it. What? That's not how it goes?
What?
I thought I was onto something. I thought there was a through line. Oh, okay. I got it wrong. And here I am. I can admit that.
Oh, so big man. Okay. Got it.
I'm a big man. I can admit when I've gotten something wrong.
Yeah, I did it wrong. So I told you I did it wrong. So don't talk to me about it again.
Also, not quite sure I got it wrong, but I am open.
1000% got it wrong.
To criticism, That's what our dynamic's about. Got to be open to criticism.
Oh, wait, this is back to us?
Got to be open to the criticism. Do
I criticize often?
No.
Wow, that feels like abuse. Okay.
Nice. You
Wow.
gave it to me on a silver platter. What are you talking about?
I just thought maybe for once a man would answer, like, honestly.
That was what happened.
Not here. Not to that question. But I mean, you know, do you, boo? What am I going to say? Who would believe me if I said it? You know?
Oh, everyone believes you. Everyone believes you. Anyone that follows me on Facebook knows that every once in a while, she's laughing already because she knows what I'm talking about. It's
you
true.
ain't got no real friends.
I ain't got no real friends. Every once in a while, I will bring, you know, Morgan's behavior to the internet, to Beyonce's internet, to the Casbah.
Betrayal.
You know? So people can check it out. I'm like, hey, this is what she said to me. This is the behavior. I had someone check in on it.
And then that should be fire.
Yo.
Yo. The shit I say be fire.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I can't believe you said this. And I'm like, put it on the internet. That shit is hilarious.
Dead ass. She'll say some shit and I'll be like, yo. And immediately, this is what happens. I grab my phone. I gotta tell Facebook about this. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable. Post. Unbelievable. Yeah, all the time. So Elias checked. He shot me a text. I think it was like Friday night. I forgot what we were working on. And he was like, yo, this is popping, that's popping. What you trying to do? You trying to get up? You trying to get out? Let's do something? I was like, I was behind on editing. And then he was like, man, you know, he was like, figured you could use a break with, you know, the way Morgan's talking to you off the microphone.
I said,
yeah. It was
Elias!
great. It was great.
How dare you?
It was awesome.
Excuse me.
He just started cracking up. My guy.
Okay, well, so you got one friend. That's not where I thought you were going, but you got one friend.
Yo, he laughed on your post.
Yo, one thing that that's hilarious. One thing that is one of my faves. No, absolutely. Rudo entered the chat.
He said, call DAS, Department of Ambush Services. Roots.
No.
Yes.
No.
All right.
There isn't one. Non-existent.
Rudo, design the logo so we can get shirts printed. Yay! Back from break.
My most favorite thing. Ambush thinks that he takes these things to the internet thinking that someone will chastise me for the thing that I did. There's only one person that chastises me for anything I've ever said to Ambush. There's only one. And that person is Austin. And Austin is always going to have my heart for being such a ride or die for you, especially when I know that his heart lies with me. Mm. And really the kindred spirit situation is me and him. Mm. So, I mean, he can give you cover.
I love Austin. The problem with Austin is he's on the other side of the world. So the time zones are off. Yes. And he's missing the slander, lies.
He's a smart one. Like, let's just be clear. Austin was like a few years ago. Actually, no thanks. America, pass. Shout out. You cannot be mad at that. You have to give an award for the people that saw it and knew.
Yeah.
Even with your different president, this don't work for me. Mm-mm. I don't want no parts. Mm-mm. And my baby is out there thriving.
Yeah.
But more than anything, even though Austin will give you online cover, Austin absolutely agrees with me in everything I do.
It's true.
And what Ambush is looking for, he's looking for our mutual women friends to at some point condemn what I have done. And
I don't know what
here's the deal. I'm Hamas in this situation. We can't do it.
Wow.
Okay? We can't do it. We can't do it. No drinks. Hands up. I can't do it. Okay? Condemned for what?
Wow.
Deserved.
Okay. Okay. Let's let's get to this Disney
response
story.
to an action.
No,
you know?
no,
Yeah.
not to an action.
Yeah.
Response to an action.
Every single thing I've ever done. That's it.
Look at this face.
Yeah.
Does it look like one that starts trouble?
Absolutely.
This one?
1,000%.
Come on.
Literally the originator of troublemakers. That's what your face is.
Jess, give me camera. I mean, this face.
You see it.
Come on.
Every single one of you sees it.
Come on.
Even when he's wearing my hat, you see it.
The things I do, always, ultimately, to the benefit of my family.
Nope.
You know.
Nope. Give me camera. Absolutely not. We're not doing this. We're moving on to actual news you can use instead of ambush, slander, lies, and fabrications.
It's Dwayne and me. How you know I wasn't talking Weezy F?
You weren't.
Oh, no. I certainly was not.
Yeah, no, I know you weren't.
No.
You only Wayne for billionaires.
You know it. Come on. That's what I need. You bring some Batman in there. That's what I need.
No, we don't.
Yeah.
Banned.
You cannot ban Batman from the
Hard
set.
stop.
How dare you?
You can bring in a couple of others. Harley Quinn can come. Joker can come.
Wow. Wow.
What is his
Who, Bane?
No. Bane can always come.
Terrible.
Very specifically Tom Hardy's Bane. Tom Hardy's Bane gets to go anywhere he's ever wanted to go. He broke Batman's back on his knee. I need y'all to remember that. And he's little.
Yeah, sure.
Bane's supposed to be like 700 feet tall.
Little, but you know.
No, I mean, I just mean Bane's supposed to be big.
Yeah.
Right? Like, isn't he supposed to be like 10 feet tall or something like that?
Yeah.
Tom Hardy is not that.
Yeah.
And Tom Hardy felt that in that.
That was just
shout out to Chris
amazing
Nolan.
direction.
You did it
just
right.
Like,
yeah.
Jeez. Okay. All right.
Okay, wait.
What?
I know we have actual stories to get to. But we didn't get to Heretic. Are we just going to leave that there?
No, I think we could. Yeah.
Do you want to do that real fast?
Yeah, run through Heretic real quick.
And we're not talking like a full download by any stretch, but like we watched Heretic the other night. And I felt like it was quite the mirror to how differently different people can interpret a film.
Sure. I would definitely recommend, after our discussion, I definitely would recommend Heretic to people. I think my disappointment, and this is me just explaining
you want to get that under control?
This is me just explaining my journey.
Camera on me, because now I'm doubled over laughing. My bad.
My journey through the horror genre. So Heretic is classified as a horror thriller. And the movie was done, and I was like, I don't know if there was horror there. Definitely a thriller. Don't know how much horror I felt. So that was my
ever horrified.
Yeah, that was my. There were horrible things. So that was my initial reaction to the film, and then the more we talked about it, it definitely jumped up a full star on Letterboxd for me. It definitely did. So your analysis of the film.
I'm sorry.
Without giving any spoilers, of course. We don't play them spoiler games.
I'm going to do what Michelle told me never to do. I'm sorry, babe. Love you in every single second of every single day. And also, we got a text. And that text /chat is Rudo. And there's a couple that are important to this moment.
Right.
One, Bane is Luchador. 1,000%.
Yeah, definitely.
No question.
Yeah.
1,000%.
He's a luchador, for sure.
Shout out to the luchadors out there doing exactly that. 2, he said, I love how Morgan's Hamas quotes could never be taken out of context. And You're right. The context is literally, they're not wrong. And either am I. There's the context.
We're in agreement.
And thank you for being here tonight.
We're a united front.
Rudo. Okay, my take on the film. I think that Heretic is a fantastic psychological thriller.
Okay.
And when I say fantastic, I mean without spoiler, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you for a 5-star rating when you're done. Go ahead.
Don't do that.
Too late.
I'm about to be...
The people are expecting it now.
3.75 stars.
There we go.
Okay.
That's good. That works.
This... What I appreciate about the horror genre is that it is being more psychologically driven in the way that we're talking about, wait, is that an actual demon or is that genetic? Mm-hmm. Wait, is this a thing that we should be, that's not a boogeyman in the corner, that's anxiety?
Right,
wait a minute.
Right.
Because all of those things are absolutely terrifying in real life, we do not need to think outside. I mean, I'm not mad at everyone thinking outside of the box. Let me be very clear. But everyday scenarios as people on the planet, terrifying. Horror film inducing, plenty of fodder.
Right.
Being a woman, different level of not just fodder, trauma, danger, all of the things. Mm-hmm. So here we are, 2 women walking up on the doorstep, and this white man opens the door and is like real welcoming. I very much wonder how movies like this hit people who look like the people in the movie. Because it isn't that I just don't look like the people in the movie. I also don't hold the religious beliefs as the people in the movie. And so I could not be the person that is a good gauge. Mm-hmm. I want to know, for the people that see this movie that look like the people in this movie, did this hit you like real life the way it hit me like real life? I didn't need to see me in it to know that that is a reality that exists for me. Mm-hmm. I say that to say, for anybody who's like, should I watch this movie? I think you probably should. Mm-hmm. There is they use a few different vehicles to explain to you not just how religion is has a brainwashing ability. I'm not going to say you're all brainwashed. Mm-hmm. Not just how patriarchy has that same brainwashing ability, or how capitalism has that same brainwashing ability, but how they work together is how I watch this movie, is what I got. That's what I got from it.
For sure.
So at the end of it, when Ambush is like, meh, mm-hmm. and I'm like, huh? It isn't a scary movie. It isn't a horror in the traditional way that you are looking for a horror, but I say that is the same as Hereditary, or Midsommar, or there's so many different horror movies that do not have the same elements that we are accustomed to, but that we are very much living.
So that's why I said this, for me, like not exposes, but like really helps me understand my journey within the horror genre. Because for me, like you made the comparison between Hereditary and Heretic. For me, Hereditary is crystal clear horror. It's in my top 3. Boom. But for you, it's like that's
not a horror movie.
Man,
that's not a horror movie to me.
And okay.
Save the scene where you call it clean off.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a horror movie to me.
Yeah.
That's a psychological thriller that is exposing, or more than anything, asking the question. And all of this to say that I'm not saying I'm right.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
This is my interpretation of these films. This is not me saying that I know what anybody wrote on purpose or their intent. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that, to me, Heretic isn't a horror film. It is a psychological thriller that asks the question or exposes you to the idea that maybe you thought it was one thing and maybe it's another.
Yeah.
And that question is, are these things hereditary? Is this actually a genetic thing? Is this a mental illness that I'm dealing with?
Hereditary, yeah.
Is this a curse or a demon or a thing upon my family's life? And especially in that time, I thought that was super poignant because we are currently living through this time where it's like, oh, we care about mental health and we're going to talk about mental health and it's important.
Become more expansive.
Yeah, like not only is it important for us to recognize, but also important, like maybe you should medicate that, or maybe you should find a support group, or maybe you should, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's very much, there are resources, and we're now talking about these things as if they aren't lock-upable offenses.
Right.
I think Hereditary ask that question: is this a demon or a mental illness? I think that Heretic asked the question: which system of oppression do you live under? Oops, all of them. But
which one do you feel mostly affected
because
by?
I feel like if you're watching this from a different perspective, you may feel like, meh. You may honestly very much be like, I mean, not a horror. And this is no shade to the way that you took that movie. I'm watching it like, yikes, 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 yikes. 2 women, young women, trapped in this man. Yikes, yikes. Like, this is big bad.
Yeah.
They also have absolutely no recourse. Like, I don't believe they have recourse. I'm looking at these options and the games that he's playing with them, and I'm like, I don't think it matters but would you answer, babe?
Yeah.
I don't think it matters what you answer. I think that door goes to the same place, no matter where that door is located.
It's a wrap for you. Rudo said, okay, but is this like when Silence of the Lambs was up for an Oscar and they had to call it a thriller because horror movies can't be good or important?
No.
Is it that kind of a thriller?
This is me trying to respect the horror genre. I do appreciate that question very much. This is me trying to respect the horror genre in the way of, for people who love a horror, know that you're not walking into this movie seeing the things you expect to normally see.
Excuse me. I was going to say, or it's just a horror. And I need to shift my gaze because, again,
I mean, that's fair, but it isn't that.
But
this go around.
But here's the thing, right? A lot of people consider Hereditary a horror for whatever reasons, and I fall in that bowl.
Decapitation be doing that.
Whereas you're like, that's a thriller. Whereas this one my thing was, this is a thriller. You're like, I can see how people can see this as a horror. So I think so
to my point, when it comes to that distinction, I don't know what makes a horror film versus a thriller. Technically, I just don't. What I think I understand is how people respond to horror films and how people respond to psychological thrillers. And I think that this show falls more in line, or video, oh my word,
show,
movie.
Video game, movie. That's how much she loves it. She wants
give me the video game. I'd like a cutout doll. I would also like a figure. No, I don't want any of these things because I was actually horrified. I don't think it's a horror movie.
She was just horrified.
But I was horrified. So to your point of, I was horrified.
Yeah.
By that.
Yeah.
But horrified for a different reason than oh no,
than I would have been.
Will that last girl or the final girl make it into the life after?
Right.
You know, like, I didn't have any of that.
Right.
This very much was like, there's not a bunch of like jump scares or boogity boos or, you know, like there's no boogeyman. But what there is if you are, I'll just say, if you are a woman or a femme and you have been dealing with men steeped in masculinity, toxic masculinity and American patriarchy and all of that, if you are a person living within that and understanding what that means, this is a horror movie. Mm. But it isn't a traditional horror movie. And there isn't a bunch of jump scares, and there's no cabin at the lake, and there's not like a monster that comes out of that cabin, and there's not a ghost, and there's, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Again, I don't feel like I'm spoiling this.
No, you're not.
I very much feel like these real life, what A24 has been giving me is real life horror, real life, like today, like it don't, like very much their mission might as well be the monsters are people.
I'm going to scare you with the real stuff.
The monsters are people.
Yeah.
I'm really trying to remember what movie or show was like the mantra.
With the monsters are people?
I can't remember in this very moment, but it was very much like the monsters are people.
They're the people.
What I'll tell you that The Wire taught me is that the monsters are people.
Yeah.
And it's not an entity that you can't see or that you might have heard close a cupboard in your house. The monsters are actually doing policy.
Walking Dead, great example. The monsters are the people. For sure. For fucking sure.
Is that true? I ain't watched it, but you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, Heretic is a movie everybody should watch, but I also think that, and very specifically, I mean, men who do not necessarily, I don't know how to really say this. Mm-hmm. You do.
I was going to say, I remember why it hit me the way it did. Because before we watched the film, it was a CBR. Someone put up a story that you read, and it was like, Heretic, A24's scariest film in the last decade. That says a lot. That was heavy. Yeah. So I'm going into it with that like, oh, it's about to turn the fuck up. And then I watched it and was like, scariest film in a decade. And now I want to see, what are all the movies that A24 did? And now I'm scrolling, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So that definitely, played a part. But you brought up Cabin in the Woods, which is one of my favorites. And I think people will call that a horror comedy, right?
I would.
Right. So that's what I'm saying about looking at the genre as more expansive. You know what I'm saying? So horror thriller, horror comedy, horror, gory horror, slasher horror, like, yeah. Ambush, just, widen your perspective. And but I definitely recommend it. What happened? What do you say?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have, but I just looked at the chat and the first thing I saw was Rudo saying, and your table's centerpiece shall be known as Vision of Spring.
Nice.
And it will.
Nice.
This episode.
Nice.
Do we name these? I don't know.
I haven't started yet.
I don't do the front or the back end. Name it that.
I just show up so I don't get fined.
I literally show up so I don't get fined. We live in the same house. I will get yelled at. No end.
Wow.
To what end?
To be clear, there is no yelling at happening in our house.
Huh. Interesting.
Wow.
Rudo also asked if we have seen his Heretic Etch-a-Sketch. No. Send it. Okay, we are now at our time that we're supposed to be done.
Yeah.
And I know that we're 10 minutes behind, and I feel like we just did a Joe Budden podcast, and we didn't do a story.
We got to do the Disney. Let's do the Disney one, and then we'll close it out.
Ambush?
Yeah.
All I want for every single one of the people watching this, and mostly, not mostly, I didn't mean to say that, and also 2+ and our fiancés to understand, if you go woke, you go broke.
Yeah.
Much like Disney.
Yeah.
no longer winning. They are homeless. Disney, as they went broke.
Bruh. So
can you give me the goods?
I don't know if you guys have been seeing the ads for the new Snow White film. No,
I
haven't been.
Gal Gadot on all social media.
No, I don't mess with Gal Gadot.
Did anybody
like
else do that?
So I mean, it looks like they spent a lot of money on this thing, and cool. It's a Disney property, live action. Gonna hop in that bucket, see if we can get some of that money. That's what Disney's going after. So because I just haven't been following anything about the film because I'm not like that interested in it. It's the type of thing where once it hits streaming, would I watch it? Sure. I'm not running to the theater. It's not a priority. So there's been a lot of pushback. Peter Dinklage, amazing actor, says producing and releasing a remake of Snow White today comes off pretty tone deaf. And there's a couple of different reasons for that. And other people have pretty much voiced, an agreement with that. One is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. There are no actors or actresses in the little people community that wanted to participate in that. So they ended up going...
weird, by the way.
Yeah. Doing CGI, whatever they had to do to make that happen.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
And also, one of the other issues was, this is a woman waiting to be saved by a knight in shining armor,
Is it still a white man?
Yeah.
By a white man.
Also, they changed the storyline up. So the witch or the queen is not jealous of Snow White because of her looks.
Okay, well, that's the story.
Yeah,
what do you mean they changed it? Go woke, go broke.
Yeah.
They're
going too woke. So woke.
What is Gal Gadot mad about?
She envies Snow White's bravery, I believe, is how they switched it up.
What's she brave about?
Bravery and courageousness? I don't know.
There's a whole movie, Disney Pixar, called Brave.
Yeah.
What is she being brave about?
So my thing is, I haven't seen it. I don't know what's going on. My whole thing is, maybe just don't make the film. Because not everything ages well, right?
Weird.
And you could spend, I don't even know what the budget for that film was, but you could have spent that money on Acolyte Season 2. Let's work on
different budgets, but I'm not mad with what you're saying.
Might be. But let's work on moving forward, trying to tell new stories in a responsible and creative way, as opposed to doing your damnedest to rehash an old story that is not going to do well. What'd you find out? You just made a face.
This shit is unfortunate. You said you don't know what the budget was for that. Do you want to know what the budget was for that?
Very much so.
209 million USDs.
Damn. I mean, well, after finding out
USDs.
After finding out Red One cost $250 million.
What a brain buster that one was.
Brave New World cost $183. Double check that for me.
Who? Brave New World?
Uh-huh. Captain America. But they just cleared $388, so they're good. All the slander that film was getting ahead of time.
Interesting.
They hiding the budget for the black man's film.
When you make Captain America black, it's gonna be some problems. It's gonna be we're gonna have to repercussions. We gotta just take a second, find out what the situation is. Wow, they're really not giving this information easily.
I thought I saw it somewhere.
Oh, I think I found it. No. I think I found it.
Okay.
No, that's the box office number.
Michelle said it's a lot of people's jobs to waste millions of dollars.
Michelle, my love. Is that a worthy tattoo? Because I feel like I should get that.
It's a lot of people's
jobs to waste millions of dollars.
That's a tight tattoo.
That's a bar and a half.
Yeah.
Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Can you put fire emojis as a response from me? Fire, 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 fire. That's fire.
Terrible.
No, I'm asking you. Oh, so you can't?
I can. I
will.
The
answer, apparently, when Ambush can't do a thing, is just like, that's terrible.
Did you find that budget yet?
Still no.
Okay. And sometimes you just got to check them on the air.
True.
You know?
True social.
You know what I'm saying? Grand Rising.
Hit him with the truth. You want truth at me? Still no. This is all, all of these different Screen Rant-esque kind of sites tell you things that you're not asking for. They're like the domestic box office. I don't care about what it made. I'm asking you what the budget was. In this moment, I'm going to move forward.
Right.
I do wonder, though. So if you find it, get back to us. I'm be super quick.
180.
Was the budget?
The initial budget 180.
For Brave New World. Captain America, first movie.
First Avenger?
Excuse me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
First movie showing the first Avenger in black form as Anthony Mackie. Currently a controversial figure, because we love it when black men are like super conservative. Also, welcome to Black America. The black men be conservative as fuck.
Yeah.
Different story for a different day.
Yes.
And I am super happy. I think maybe I'll just do like a 2 to 3 hour live and take questions about the conservative black men in America, because I am one. And then I can answer the question. No, I'm not, but I am harmed by them. No?
No, facts.
The ones that appear that they aren't, but then they are. Very much like the white women that you were like, oh my God, bestie. And then you're like, fuck, you voted for Trump. That's wild.
Yeah.
Whoops, that's your default. Very much in the same vein.
Nasty. Nasty business. Nasty business. Well, I'm going to thank you guys for kicking it with us, man.
Oh, shit, we ended it.
It was an amazing show.
Was it?
I think so.
Was it, Jess? Yeah, he said
Jess
yes.
says yes.
Jess said maybe.
Jess says yes. Yeah.
I think he said maybe.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see what you would say to a direct affront. And you didn't say anything.
No.
And it's wonderful to know.
Yeah.
Ain't no snitching over here in this conglomerate.
Here, having people think we're not a unified front.
Unified front.
Equally yoked.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to go with the first thing we said.
Again, Grand Rising.
Nope. I want to go with the first thing we said. Grand opening, grand closing.
I was going to get on my Umar and repeat it 3 times.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Sit down, Philly. Okay.
Okay, get to the script. I'm not doing this with you. Scroll to your part of the script and you close the show.
Am I first?
Yeah. You're always first. Every week.
Here I am scrolling. Still don't see it. That's another news with my fiance. Monday night. Raw live. Live. In person. Raw live. In the books. I added a raw, I think.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Thank you for spending this quality time with us.
This episode.
Ambush, it's your turn, and you're taking too long.
No, Drake, you're not gonna do that. Yeah.
Okay, first of all,
getting into it.
This is an ethnic affront. I won't have it.
I'm glad you caught that. Yeah. You're not from Canada. Your mom was white, but you're not from Canada.
I said ethnic affront.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught it.
I'm not from Canada.
No. This episode was made possible by our in-studio crew. Jess.
Ew.
And our remote crew, Kyle of Residual Audio,
Ew.
Michelle, and Ross some sauce. Ross, let me tell you something, man. These tally lights are the bee's knees. We are getting some technological upgrades around here.
If only I could remember the colors. We're going to be in it to win it. Ba, 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 ba.
Shout out to our studio sponsors, L&J Industries, for providing a dope space each and every week. And thank you guys for listening and staying engaged. Thank you, also for kicking it with us every week with some of the technical issues, with the things going in and out of sync and some of the glitching.
We're working on it.
Yeah, I feel like this week was a much better week than previous weeks. We doing. Just know we're working on it.
Just know we're working on it.
Mm-hmm.
There are people working with us to work on it.
Boom. We're locally sourced, man.
I'm getting there.
All right.
Thank you. I'm the segue queen.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, well, I could have been if you would have just let that fucking sit. Stay engaged with us all week. Follow us on Instagram. News with my fiance.
Your antics are throwing Jess off. Is this what you want?
Yeah.
Is this the effect that you want?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Great. Congratulations.
More joy to the world is what I'm hearing.
Great.
Follow us on Instagram at News with My Fiance. Follow Ambush at Scambeezy. That's with a K, because why not? And then me at Portland Morgan. Obviously, the best name on Instagram. Become a member. Sock it to our pockets at patreon.com/News with My Fiance. Okay, you're next, but I could keep going if you'd rather.
Listen, when I mentioned the locally sourced thing, I thought that was where you're just going to pull it.
You have the next thing, and then it's me.
Listen, you know what?
Fuck. I be making it like, you know what, Amber's never fucking behind. You know, just give me the thing, cause I got a pitch. You know. Then Ambush apparently wanted to skip right past, but also not do his part.
Take it away, Morgs.
Fiance. Are you listening? Are you looking me into my eyeball? Jess, am I looking in the right camera? I want to address a couple of things just very quickly. There is an idea out there that if you are on YouTube, you make money. It's just like very provably false, demonstrably false. We don't make no fucking money yet. Why are you laughing so hard?
It's hilarious. I'm sorry.
What happened?
Oh, God.
There's this idea that if you are doing a thing, then you're making money from a thing. We are not making money from a thing yet. We are making money from a thing.
Right.
Not the money for the thing.
Right.
Do you catch the diff? So we do not make consistent money from any of this yet. And we do not get paid any money on the radio. We love doing X-Ray, and we absolutely will continue, but we do not get paid money for that.
Heck yeah.
None of our News with My Fiance content is monetizable yet.
Not yet. We on the way.
On its way, but not yet, right? And so our hostings that we do, in fact, make money from are not bi-weekly, weekly, or monthly. That is not where we are making our bread or the butter. We are building a subscriber base. We are trying to. That is what we're trying to do. We want to be able to pay our bills. As I was telling Lily on the break, in response to having to explain to her, because you missed the Joe Budden talk, trying to explain, I am the kind of person who does not go, I'm the boss of this situation. And so I am going to make sure that I make the most money. More than anything, I want us to be able to pay our volunteers before we pay us. I want people to be able to, who want to help us, to not have to pay to help us, right? So know that is, our situation is a completely different situation from what you may think it is or what you may assume it is.
Yeah, I'm not really a Wayne, you guys.
You know what?
Yeah.
If you had a Batmobile this entire fucking time, Imagine if Ambush was a billionaire this entire time. And I'm like, and we just want to be able to pay our people a fair amount of money. And you're a whole fucking billion. That would be wild.
I would have to hide it. You would not be in a relationship with me.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't.
Boom. Justified.
Hilarious to think that anybody. Jess, are you paying attention to me right now? Anybody. Hilarious that anybody could think that they could hide being a billionaire for over a decade with me.
All right.
You could hide a body. You're not hiding being a billionaire. I will not found it.
Good
the
point.
radar.
Good point.
I'm going to know.
She's an empath.
Maybe don't say that after I said you could be hiding a body, but any hoodle doodle.
Right. All right.
My point in this situation is we're doing the best that we fucking can over here, but we are also not balling, and we are also not taking in a bunch of money. And part of that has to do with the fact that we are not trying to rely on advertisers or sponsors. We really want to be able to do this, pay our bills, and continue. We want to expand the show. We want to do this for more than 2 days a week, right?
We are not sponsor averse, though.
We're not sponsor adverse, but I do not in any way want to be relying on sponsors in order to pay the people that generously volunteer their time right now, or the spaces that have generously volunteered their space for us to be able to do this. I want to be able to pay for that. I am not a person that's looking to continue to exploit. I don't love the fact that we can't pay people. All I want to do is be able to pay the people that are doing the job.
Facts.
And because the two of us want to do this job, we would always and forever be the last people paid in that scenario. So, that said, understand, we are not in a position of Joe Rogan or Joe Budden, who is not in the position of Joe Rogan, to be doing anything. And so to be able to watch those people exploit people that they care about, know that we will never be in the position to do exactly that. I'm not going to. Ambush will not. But more importantly, we want to be able to pay people.
Yeah,
for the time and their talent and their work and their effort. And that is why we have a Patreon. That if you need my Cash App, at Portland Morgan. I'm Portland Morgan on everything. You don't even have to ask.
This is a good fundraising pitch, man.
I'm so good at this when it's not someone else.
I say hit the merch shop. Definitely we want some feedback. We want some feedback. We got stickers. We got beanies. We got dad hats. We got hoodies. We got t-shirts.
It's literally everything.
You know what I'm saying? We got travel mugs. So we'd like some feedback on the things that you see there, the things you'd like to see there.
We have a ton of ideas that we have to get fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
But what you see, let us know what you think.
Yeah,
feelings can be hurt.
No.
Know that now.
Yeah.
Our feelings will not be hurt. You love us. You don't want to hurt our feelings. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Open the critiques.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, but hurry up. Close it out. Just got to go home.
All right. Well, speaking of the fiancés, definitely want to give a shout out to our supporters on Patreon. Casey, C's, Sherry, Ella, Katie, Kyle, Michelle, Ross, and our ever-growing stable of our free 99 fiancés. Thank you all for your support and encouragement and staying engaged with us.
You know what it is.
You do know what it is. You know the deal. Don't let the individuals distract you from the systems. Poverty is a policy choice. People over profits. Power to the people. None of us are free until we are all free. No war, but class war.
Talk to them.
Go hard on systems and not people.
Eee.
And we will see you Thursday morning, 7:30 a.m. on X-Ray FM. Boom. Oh, and I'll also see you. Me and Cliff will also see you this Sunday at No Requests at White Eagle Saloon. It is Women's Month.
Yeah.
So it'll be all women hip hop, tribute to the ladies of hip hop this Sunday, 6 to 9, because we old men. We want to get home.
Brooke, will
early.
you be there? Because I'll be there.
Boom.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. And you can catch this show streaming live on YouTube every Monday night from 6:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And our podcast episodes are available everywhere you listen to podcasts except Spotify.